They get to the top of the hill here. This should be the upper falls of Twin Falls. Olallie State Park is just east of North Bend along I-90. Looking at it from the north, you can see how it stretches along the valley between the mountains and hills on either side of it. We're going to head over to the west side of it first and do the Twin Falls hike. The WTA site says it's a little over 2 miles round trip and is moderately easy at 500 feet elevation gain. And being a state park, a Discover Pass or daily fee is required. So you can see the parking lot is not too big. It's a little crowded. This is a Saturday. We got here about 10 o'clock in the morning as the parking lot was pretty full. We are at the Olallie State Park Twin Falls trailhead, and we are going to hike up there. This is the South Fork Snoqualmie River. And since this is mid-August right now, there is not a lot of water flow. Little bit. This is pretty stagnant water here, but you see it flowing mostly on the other side over there. And sometimes there are little washouts on the trail, like this one. So it seems like this little culvert did not do well enough to prevent that. A little bit of an incline. The river is now down there, so we've been making our way up. It's not terribly steep, but doable. You can see people down there. We've been switched back and forth. The river is down there, so as we've come up back and forth, and now here, and now we're headed up this way. I think we're at the top of the switchbacks, going over the ridge line, sort of, right here. I can hear the falls. At least it sounds like it down there. Let's see what kind of view we get from right here. But the trail continues on, so I'm sure we'll get a better one. Oh. There we go. So it looks there like there's a walkway over the falls that way, so I think that's where the trail continues on. But this gives us a view of the falls from right here. And this would be the stairs going down to it that's all fenced off. So that looks like the walkway we saw from that one viewpoint back there when we were looking at the lower falls from far away. So I'm going to make my way down there. A nice little creek, sort of cascading down through the hills here. And somewhere way over there is where we saw this bridge over the river here. There's the lower falls that we were seeing. Nice clear water down there. And then there's that little creek that was sort of cascading down little hills there. And then this is the upper part of it. And now continuing on from the bridge. And once again, through a forest like this, lots of roots, but then more stairs going up and over. So even though we looked at the trail and elevation and everything, I did not expect there to be this many elevation changes. And when you get to the top of the stairs at the upper falls viewpoint, there's a bench if you need to rest just a little bit. They get to the top of the hill here. This should be the upper falls of Twin Falls. As I'm looking at the upper falls of Twin Falls here in Olallie State Park, the hike here, like I was saying a little bit ago, even though I'd looked at the elevation changes on the map before coming, it was a little bit more than I expected. It wasn't too bad, but definitely a lot of up and down. So if you're gonna hike this, be prepared for that. Stairs along the way in places, lots of roots, lots of rocks, some pretty slippery angles. We did see a couple people slip on the way down a hill on the trail back there. So good to bring trekking poles. We have ours. They have turned out to be pretty handy. But overall, a really good hike to come see this. A little bit of a cool breeze coming through the sort of canyon ravine here. So it feels pretty nice. And with that, we're gonna head back. Okay, we are done. We're back at the parking lot now. That took us about an hour and a half to get up there, and then about 35 minutes to get back. That whole time going up, of course, exploring, stopping, looking at viewpoints, taking video, pictures and things. And then on the way back was just coming back. If you'd like to plan your own trip to Olallie State Park, you can visit the Washington State Parks website in the description below. It'll have alerts on it, like one right here where it says part of the park is closed at the Lower Falls viewpoint because of some damage, which you saw in the video. One of the great things about this park is that it is pretty secluded, and even though it's right off of I-90, for a Saturday, we didn't see very many people there at all. And keep in mind the time of year that you're going as well. Even though it shows kayaking here, you saw that the water level was not nearly high enough to go kayaking anywhere. And under amenities, it shows grill, but given that there's a burn ban in effect right now, being August, there's no grilling allowed. Since this video just covered the hike to Twin Falls from the parking lot there, we didn't really see a lot of Olallie State Park where it has all these activities and amenities and park features that you can go to. In our next video about a hike that we did to Weeks Falls, we get to see a bit more of that.